TIFU by not taking a second to think after my son came out to me. My husband and I have always had an inkling that our son was on the LGBTQ spectrum. My son coming out to me was not a shock in the grand scheme of things. I went up to my son's room to ask what he wanted for dinner. I knocked and went in. I was tired after work and things weren't really registering. He just said, "Mom, I'm gay." For some reason it just didn't register that he had just told me something so major for him. I don't know what part of my brain thought this was a good idea, but I just said, "Okay, do you want pizza for dinner?" It took a few minutes for me to realize what I said and that I did not react properly. I went back to him and apologized and gave him the whole "I love you" just the same spiel, and we laughed about my reaction. But I'm still so embarrassed and mad at myself. Definitely wasn't the way I had always planned to respond. TL. Doctor was tired after work and said okay and offered my son pizza after he came out to me. The first person to ever come out to me was my best friend in high school. It was not a surprise, but his confession started out so seriously that it scared me. I was thinking we had to bury a body or something. I was in full crisis mode halfway through his speech. At the end, when he said "It's Saushi Antetel, I'm gay," I said, "Yeah, whatever. What's the problem?" Apostrophe. I felt like a douche. We both laughed about it eventually. At least, when he came out to his parents, they sent him to a pray away the gay camp. He came back broken inside and killed himself soon after. That was why, I guess, he was so scared about coming out. I wish I'd been able to kidnap him and wrap him up in love and tell him how perfect he was. Whoever he was attracted towards, he was a sweet and wonderful boy, and if he'd had a mama like you, he'd probably be around today. That's so sad. How can a religion be so loving when in fact they are doing just the opposite by holding these camps and literally killing people? It's disgusting and horrible. I'm sorry your friend went through that. I cried reading your comment. Edit. I just want to say that not all religious people are evil. But unfortunately the people who are evil and use religion as a facade are horrible. I also want to say that there are a lot of people that are sucked into this genuinely think they are helping their child, which is why I hate it so much. It turns the religion into a huge manipulative scam instead of the initial intent. I remember my dad taking me on a fishing trip and being really weird the whole time. Finally he goes, "I need to ask you something. How would you feel if your brother was gay?" And my initial response was to laugh because I had never considered my brother anything but gay since we were pretty young, even though he'd never officially come out. Like, I know you weren't around, Dad, but you are talking about my little brother who played with gem dolls while I played with GI Joes? I think my dad felt a combination of relief and embarrassment at the fact that I had been on board for way longer than he had. Kids know. My nephew sat my sister and I down one day and said he couldn't talk to his parents about this, but wondered how we'd feel if we found out his brother was gay. We told him it wouldn't be a surprise because we'd always figured it anyway. He wanted to know how we would treat his brother. We told him we'd grown up with a gay uncle and that it doesn't matter. We would support him just as if he was straight. A few years later, both that nephew and his brother came out. His brother still struggles with being gay though, and no one really knows why. He could not be gay. A lot of ace or B people will think they're gay because they know they're not straight, but don't know they're B/ace. My daughter came out twice. She asked to stay over, and we had drinks, and she got so drunk and came out in a glorious manner. Anyway, next morning we had breakfast, and she goes, "Mom, I gotta let you know." And I had ample chance to give a proper reaction, but I just said similarly, "Yeah, cool," because we had talked a huge length the night before. I think she was surprised my reaction was so chill. Does she know? Or did you let her be amazed at your insight of just understanding without her having to say anything? Nope. She doesn't like it when I remind her of her drunk conversations. She probably is a little mad I didn't react more as she expected a horrified reaction. My parents figured out I was into guys when I asked my mom to buy me Tiger Beat when I was around 10. Probably around the same time I told them I wanted to marry Donny Osmond. My best friend flamed equally as bright. Turns out almost one half the guys in my Catholic school class ended up being gay or bi. When I told them I was going to take him to the movies on a date, They gave me money for tickets and food. The best response is when it's treated as totally normal. Your response was excellent. I don't want to say that Catholic school made you gay, but that seems like an unusually high ratio. In the Catholic school I went to, an overwhelming amount of students ended up being LGBT. There's definitely a connection in there somewhere. If memory serves, my reaction to my daughter was okay, cool. Figured she built herself up to tell me and just kind of blurted it out. It was sweet. Honestly, I wouldn't care if she identified as a potato and was attracted to mashers, just as long as she's living a happy life. You might not have ducked up as much as you think you did. My mum replied cool and nothing more, and I'm so grateful that that's what happened. Honestly, a reaction like that is better than most. Just treat it like it's a normal mundane thing because it is. I love it, honestly. Literally like top 10 best reactions, honestly. Literally just didn't even phase her mayo. I also want to know what pizza they got. We got a mushroom and a pepperoni from a local place. Honestly, he probably didn't mind that reaction. It probably made him go, oh shit, maybe it's not as big a deal as people make it out to be, which it isn't at all. You're a good mom. That's what I was thinking. Mom, I'm gay. Yes, we know. Do you want pizza? Oh, jolly. I knew this since yesterday. Still want pizza? Apostrophe. My mother grounded me when I came out to her. This was followed by being thrown out of the house and left to fend for myself at 16. Honestly, I would have taken your response over mine. Good on you. I came out gay to my parents and all I was offered was a pizza, a son. So, sausage. Then, apostrophe, extra saucy. Don't leave us hanging. Did he want pizza? Question mark. When one of my friends came out to his parents, his mom asked him, was it something we did? Apostrophe. Trust me, you're doing fine. Hi gay, mom. If anything, you should feel proud that your initial reaction was that. To me it showed that you truly are okay with it. Yeah. Having a big reaction would have been the TIFU in my opinion. Wholesome as duck. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.